Welcome in, Sports and Leisure Nights. Today's date, as I'm recording this, is December 26th, 2019. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas, a great day spending with the family with some good presents. Hope you got what you wanted. I hope everything you gave was a smashing hit to the people you gave it to. I hope you enjoyed a great meal. And just an overall, probably the best thing about Christmas is not having to go to work. I hope you all enjoyed that. And if you did have to work, because sometimes I know I have to work on Christmas, I hope it was a slow day and it went by fast. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. A little thing I want to mention though, this was recorded on Thursday, which was the 19th, I believe. So there might be a little bit of outdated stuff when it comes to sports. But since it was the last episode before Christmas, me, Steven, and Greg just kind of, it's mostly a leisure episode today. We just talked a lot about what was going on in our life and what we look forward to on Christmas and whatnot. So not too much sports this week. We do a little bit there at the end, but I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Like I said, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. I hope you're getting ready for New Year's. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode. So we will get into it. And welcome in everybody to Sports and Leisure with Hefflings and Heisier. I am your host, Ty Heffling, and with me today, Steven. Steven, how you doing?
Doing good. Looking forward to Christmas.
Yes, this will be our last episode before Christmas next week. When we do an episode, it'll be after Christmas, so that'll be good. And joining with us is
we do a best of.
Is Greg Heisier. I don't think we have enough episodes to do a best of. Or
we have like 30.
Enough best ofs to have an episode just of best ofs. If that makes sense. So, yeah. Greg, what's going on with you?
I'm good. Oh, not much.
Not much with you. Well, I will tell you a little bit of what happened with me. I fell down 2 stairs and I rolled my ankle really bad. And, hopefully I was glad I didn't hear anything pop and I didn't lose any feeling because that's bad if you do that. But I knew I could walk on it, and I hobbled around for the rest of the day. Like, hobbled is the most descriptive word because I did just that, hobbled through that in work. And then when I woke up the next day, Chantel saw my foot and took a picture of it, and it was all bruised up. I'm like, God dang, I probably should go to the doctor. I don't know, Greg, if you saw that picture on Facebook, but we had 2 of our aunts that are nurses tell me it looked bad and that I needed to go to the doctor and get looked at. I'm like, oh, jeez. So I had to go get x-rayed, and it wasn't even a fracture. It was just a bad sprain. So they're going to put me in a boot, but I was not going to do that boot. But all I kept thinking is this going to be the injury that takes me down? Like, is this the final one? You hear old people and everybody talk about how they could do everything, and they could run like gazelles and dunk a basketball until they had this one injury in their 30s or 20s. And I was afraid that this is going to be mine.
When was the last time you ran like a gazelle and dunked?
I'm
asking for a friend.
Exactly. When we had that basketball, I've dunked, not on like a 10-foot.
But you're not going out every weekend to the park and playing basketball, are you?
No, I mean not on.
All right then. So it's not the injury that's going to ruin you.
I would do a lot more physical activities, if I had somebody to do it with.
Yeah.
Or,
all right, well, that's great.
A brother that would partake in stuff like that.
Like mow your yard on a riding lawnmower, that kind of activity. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yes. I'm glad your foot's not broken.
I wish we had. Yeah. Well.
You don't need to play games to exercise.
Exactly. Exercise the mind.
That's going to really help your foot.
Yeah, you're right.
Your foot's really going to help.
A lot better now. But have you guys had an injury or a scare or something like that? Like Steven with your spider bite, which is still disgusting.
It's not even, it's healed. So, therefore, you were wrong again.
You still have a divot in your leg.
And yes, when I was in Florida and I fell down 2 flights of stairs, not just 2 stairs like you, because you're a loser. Yeah. If you're going to go, you got to go big.
Well, I had a baby in my hand.
Oh, that helps your case a little bit. Yes, that's pretty tricky.
And she didn't cry at all.
Was she in the car seat or was she holding?
Yeah, she was in the car seat. She was in the car seat. Yeah.
I was gonna say that's highly impressive. If you were older, and you did all that, and she didn't get hurt.
Yeah, you thought you broke a rib and you didn't. So
Boy, but I couldn't move for 2 weeks. You're moving right now.
okay, yeah. So you had that thought that this is it. This is the last
I thought I was
surgery.
gonna die. Yeah.
You're old from here on out. There's no being young anymore.
I didn't think I would heal properly. I thought something would be permanently wrong. Yes, but I'm good as new.
Yeah.
I could go run a marathon and dunk at the end of it. You know, that's how good I feel.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's all about how you feel.
How many steps did you fall down?
At least 15, maybe more.
15?
Oh, you're talking to Steven. Yeah, and they're like concrete
There were
steps. weren't they?
2 out
outdoor
of 3.
concrete steps with metal. You know, the edges of it were by metal stripping.
Oh, God.
And I had
I really wish there was security footage of
I had
that.
a whole handful of like stuff, like a tub of stuff we were taking to the car. So yeah, it was a lot.
So, Ty, how long you got that boot on then?
He
I
ain't
wore it
wearing
for
that
like
bit.
2 hours, and then I called it quits. I went and got an
Oh.
ankle brace and wore that, and I'm walking just fine now. So I bounced back like I thought I would in a couple of days.
Last night I took
We'll
an
see.
L.
We'll see about Saturday when we go to some Christmas lights in Kentucky or something like that. They say it's like a walking tour, so we're taking the kids, and they say it's like you just walk through like the forest or something like that. And there's a bunch of lights.
Who's going on
So, huh?
Who's doing that?
Me, Chantel, we're taking the kids, and then her 2 brothers
Oh.
and their wives and / girlfriends and kids.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But we'll see how the ankle holds up during all that. So, like you already mentioned, Steven, Christmas is next week. So seeing what you guys' plans. I know we talked about Thanksgiving dinner, but what Christmas dinner are you doing? And also, what would be or what you remember a perfect Christmas setting is. So, go ahead, Greg, with that. With that first. What are you doing for Christmas dinner?
Turkey.
Prime rib?
Prime rib.
Again, nice. I thought you said you were eating turkey. I'm impressed.
No, prime rib for everything.
Yeah, I would forget we're in beef country. Well, we're also doing prime rib, Greg, so I'm excited about that.
You probably knew your prime rib personally. So, that's it. Just prime
Sorry,
rib.
my cats are fighting.
Oh well, that's good TV.
It's part of the episode.
Yeah, that's just good.
I got 5 on Mookie.
Steven, I know we're eating prime rib, but at Chantel's parents they eat Christmas Eve, and
We also eat
they wait until late at night, and at like 11 or 12, they eat dinner, and usually it's turkey, but they also make tamales, and
Oh my
so
god.
they're making some of that.
What time
And
is
then they
that?
open presents up late, huh?
What time
They'll
is
probably
that?
eat at like 7 or 8, and then they open presents when I get off at 11. So they better wait until I get off.
I'm just going to say it. Tamales are more work than they're worth.
That's why you make
Agreed.
like 400 of them at one
Way
time.
more work.
Yeah, 400.
And if you have like 18 people doing them, it's not that bad. But yes, they are a pain in the butt. But they're worth it.
Takes like
No, they're worth it.
12 hours.
When they're said and done, and
Oh,
like
crap.
4 months later, and you're like, God, you know what sounds good? A tamale. And you pull your freezer and you steam one. That's when they're worth it.
Yeah.
I just eat the center filling
ya.
Yeah.
and leave the rest out.
Yeah, I don't need that like lard or whatever the hell it is that they...
It's masa. I'm dealing with amateurs here.
What's masa?
I just
Like corn.
the whole thing what it is, except for the chicken on the inside.
Yeah, it's a filling wrapped in essentially like Mexican cornbread. Essentially, I mean, to dumb it down for you,
Oh, it's like
it's like
like
wet.
lard.
It's like
No,
lard.
it's
It's
not
not
like
lard.
lard.
Lard is fat. This is like flour.
Lard's more like butter than.
It's a fat. But the masa is just like, it's corn you mix with water and whatever else you put in it,
how,
and you make like.
how do you spell that? What's that Spanish
Corn.
Corn?
It's MAZE or SE or whatever.
Oh.
I don't know exactly.
I thought it
No,
was
yeah,
like
that's right.
maize.
Yeah.
Mas.
I didn't know they pronounced it that
Yeah.
way.
It's yeah. It's just it's like I said. It's like wet.
No,
cornbread.
they're good. I was just just
But
saying.
yeah, sometimes if you don't do them, sometimes there's too much of that. It just depends who makes them or where you get them from.
You get them spicy?
You can. I like to put a lot
I
of
mean,
hot.
do you guys?
I like them spicy.
Typically.
I just eat the center out of them, like either if it's beef or
Ty,
chicken.
we don't. Nobody cares about your opinion on eating.
Well, I'm just
you
tell you what I
you're the
do.
pickiest eater in This
I am
half
not
the
the
country.
pickiest
Yes,
eater.
you are. Yes, he is.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I mean, the whole thing's good, but the filling alone.
Sometimes it's too much. I understand. Yeah, sometimes it's too much.
Or they fry it. It's good when they fry it.
Boy, I bet so. Whew.
Anything is better fried. Do you guys have a perfect Christmas setting? Or do you remember a time when you were younger, your perfect Christmas?
I think the perfect Christmas should have snow. I know growing up we had it. It was,
Yeah, because you don't have any.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. I want snow. Like, I want to start snowing Christmas Eve and it snowed into Christmas morning.
That's it.
That'd be perfect. Yes.
Growing up we had it and it was great. It would always, almost always snow on the actual day. And it was nice. Sure, you had to deal with it, which nobody wants to do. And now that we don't have any, I want it more. And I'm sure that if I got it, I'd be mad. But, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Let it snow. It's
Even when we get it,
Christmas
it's
song.
melted within 2 to 3 days.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's good. It takes like
3 months to melt
6
up
weeks
there.
to melt. Yeah, it's horrible.
just to get
If
to
you're
get to
lucky,
the
6
ice.
weeks. Yeah. But I remember a couple times when it was snowing on Christmas. I remember you came, like Christmas Eve or something like that, and it was already
That's
like
what she
the
said.
snow was 4 feet deep or something like that, and you just there's pictures of you crawling into the house, like snow up to your waist almost.
And,
with
yeah,
your
I had a lot of-
hands in your bag, and it's just. But yeah, that's fun, and it's Christmas, so that's why you don't have to care because you don't have to do anything. It's Christmas, so that's something to worry about for tomorrow.
And when you were a kid and you had like 3 weeks off from school. that
Yeah,
would-
2 weeks.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, I work on Christmas now.
Yeah.
So
Well, I usually do, but I got lucky for it to fall on my days off, so I don't have to work on Christmas this year.
I get 4 days off in a row.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got one of those cool government jobs.
It's me too.
Pays off sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Greg, I'll give you a couple of my days. You can have a couple of my days. I don't need 4.
Okay.
2's good.
I'll work.
You need to hire you.
Yeah, you don't need 4 days in a row.
No, exactly. That's what I said.
I'd like to work 2 days and have 2 days off, or
Greg, you need to hire a
work 2 days,
farmhand.
have 1 day off.
You need to hire a farmhand that just does all the dirty work for you when you don't want to do it.
I am the farmhand.
you
Well,
need.
to,
When do
well, then
you
you need to hire an assistant to the farmhand.
when do you move up in totem pole and like when you're able to hire an assistant? Is that ever going to happen?
No, this is pretty much what I'll be doing. Just be making more money.
But that's what I'm saying. When
Make good
does
money
when does
now.
that happen? When you get to that, make good money, but then you can hire
Threshold.
somebody to replace you.
I don't know.
Does like your dad or Dan have to die?
Oh boy, that's a long time.
Yeah, my dad probably just I don't know.
Or retire,
don't
I guess
Think
that'd
about it.
probably
But
be-
He's got to be close to
Honestly-
retirement. I mean, he's got to be, what is he, 60? He's got to be he's the same age as our parents. Our parents are that.
well, yeah, he's close to retiring, and he's close to already have been retired for a while too. So
I mean, what's he gonna do at home all day? He's never gonna retire.
Well, yeah.
well, he doesn't.
He's just gonna sit at his house and watch old episodes of Seinfeld.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't see your
Talk on the
dad.
phone.
Your dad's not gonna retire until he dies. Like that's just how it rolls. That's
I don't think people that own livestock really retire.
Exactly.
Yeah, our farmers in general.
they can't just sit at home and do nothing. They have to always be up into stuff. So they never retire.
Yeah.
They just die.
I'm ready to move to like Idaho and work at Walmart.
Why the Walmarts in Idaho so special?
Well,
They're not, but Idaho, well,
Or Montana?
I don't know how cold it gets there.
Forget
That's
that.
too much snow.
Well, then move to Tennessee, Greg. It's no snow.
I don't want to live in Tennessee.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's the wisest choice.
No, Tennessee's fine. It's just Iowa. The dirt's just a little more red.
It's just
And the
a
beans-
little more red.
And the beans
clay.
are cotton.
It's insane different. Like the difference between the dirt and the clay here is just mind blowing.
Well, it is, but like nothing's different than all of a sudden somewhere within Arkansas, you're like, oh, the dirt sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that.
That's
Like-
why Arkansas.
Well,
crossing-
it looks cool. I
like
like
crossing
it.
the state line, it just automatically turns to sucky soil.
It's like they grow rocks or something there.
Yeah.
No,
Do
there's
you guys
nothing-
drink? Do you guys drink the bathroom faucet water?
No. Why would you? No.
Never.
I mean, when I was a
Never.
kid and realized how terrible it was, and then I never did it again.
Even when you brush your teeth, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't.
glass of it?
I wash my mouth out, but I don't ever swallow the water.
You don't. That's
I drink the same water out of my kitchen sink, I guess. It's just a different faucet.
I just don't. It's because there's filters on. It's not the
What
same.
about if you're taking pills in the bathroom? You don't drink it then?
No, I go to the sink. I don't.
Or
I usually
if
just
you're
chew
really
my pills
thirsty, or if you're really thirsty and in the middle of the night you wake up, you don't take a glass of it then?
No,
Nope.
I don't drink in the bathroom. I don't sleep in my living room. I don't eat in my bedroom.
up. You're
It's just things I don't do.
I guess
don't know.
I'm the weird one then. I drink that sometimes in the middle of the night, and I don't want to go all the way to the kitchen. I'll go to the bathroom and get a glass and fill it up there and drink that. And
I have a water jug.
I drink a glass of it after I brush my teeth. So foods won't be so bittery. When you eat an orange after you brush your teeth, and like if I have some pills, it's right there. So I drink the water then. It's
So
not.
you have oranges in your
I
bathroom?
think I'm starting to wonder
No.
what the hell's going on over there.
When you brush your teeth and you drink orange juice, how awful it is.
I didn't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I just didn't know.
Okay, well, if you drink a glass of water after you brush your teeth, it's not that bad.
Oh,
Just don't brush your teeth.
I mean, that too, I guess. So, but no.
To be honest, that's why I don't like brushing my teeth. I don't like having to re-taint my mouth.
Okay. But it's okay. So I'm the only one that ever drinks that water. You guys don't drink like in the shower. Do you drink that water?
if we don't drink the sink water in the bathroom, why are you drinking the water in the shower? I mean,
if you're like in the shower, and you just
I'm thirsty.
I
I'm
don't
gonna drink some of this hot water. No.
I have before, though.
No, I mean, that
Okay,
brings
so
my
it
mouth
happens,
out.
Can't lie.
but you don't drink it.
Bring me a cup. I'm thirsty for some of this hot, really hard water.
I mean, it's just a spur of the moment thing. Jeez. I'm glad at least Greg's done it.
Well, I have a water jug, so I drink out of that. That's by my bed,
Okay.
He
well,
goes.
so I don't use
He
that.
goes to the Big Sioux River and gets his water to drink. It's
I'm
it's
not
pretty much
drinking bottled
beer
water,
anyway.
You know how much freaking plastic people go through drinking bottled water? I would drink like 8 bottles of water a day. That's
Yeah.
a lot of freaking trash I would waste.
Yeah, that is a lot of yeah.
So I'll drink the faucet water, like an
Sure.
American.
Yeah, I like faucet water, but sometimes it's more convenient to drink it out of the bathroom.
We used to have well water
Yeah.
when we lived in Iowa, and it was really good.
Yeah, the
That
water
is
here in
good.
Tennessee sucks.
No, the water here does not suck. It's ranked as one of the best, especially in Memphis. It's some of the best water you can get in the entire world.
Oh,
You need-
okay.
Yeah, Jackson water and Memphis water is actually really good. You should know. You drink from the faucet in the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad.
It's
I guess.
see, again, where nobody is taking your opinion on food and drink.
I would just
seriously.
rather have the well. I would just rather have the well water.
Well, that's fine and dandy.
That's hard.
Go
to
dig
say.
it. Go dig a well. Then you can have it. And I bet it's not that good. I bet it's not as good as it was in Iowa.
Well, no, nothing usually is. So, okay. Well, Greg, have you guys watched any other Christmas movies since we've been talking about them?
We tried watching Elf, and I lost interest.
Oh my god, man! I can't
Halfway
deal with
through.
this anymore.
And I didn't realize that the
I can't
girl
deal
on
with
that
it. Zoe Deschanel.
movie is Jess from New Girl.
Oh yeah,
You mean Zoe
You know what I'm
Deschanel? Is that you're talking about?
yeah.
Yeah,
I guess.
from New Girl.
How
Yeah.
do you get bored with Elf?
God bless.
I just got bored. I don't know.
Did you watch any other Christmas movie?
I couldn't
Tried to
watch
watch
any more
Jingle
of
All the
Will
Way
Ferrell
or
acting like a
Santa
child.
Claus?
No, I haven't watched anything else.
Oh jeez.
I've been watching The Office again.
Watch It's a Wonderful Life. And if you
Yeah.
come back,
For
You know, you finish a show, and then you don't know what the hell to watch.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, I'll watch an episode of Office, and then all of a sudden you watch the whole entire thing,
yeah,
and then you have to reassess like what your life is and
Okay,
what
well
it
then you
means, and
only
then-
have to watch the
At the end of it.
Christmas episodes of The Office. Then that's
Yeah.
what you have to do.
How about Diwali?
Yeah,
Have a happy
I don't think that's.
Diwali.
Yeah, I guess we could throw that one in there. But you have to watch all those and then come back next week
Isn't
with
that,
which one's the best.
Indian Christmas?
I thought Diwali was not like Christmas related.
No.
I thought it was like different time of the year. I could be wrong.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Steven, do you know? Is Diwali like Indian Christmas?
Do I do what now? You're cutting out.
You know the
sorry.
episode of Diwali in The Office, right?
Yes.
Is that like Indian Christmas, or is that like a different holiday kind of?
Well, yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say. I've done Indian Christmas. I mean, but I don't know. I don't know how they do their. I don't know their Christmas procedure. I don't know if it's something different. It's like Hanukkah. Is that considered also Christmas, or is it separate? Because it's not really celebrated
like
on the same
Jewish.
day. It's Jewish,
Jewish
yeah.
Christmas.
It is
it's
November 14th.
so then it's different holidays.
It's Diwali.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but it's to celebrate, or it symbolizes spiritual victory over light over darkness.
But
good
Christmas-
over evil,
Christmas-
and knowledge over ignorance.
So okay, it's a different holiday because Christmas is the birth
Same
of
concept.
Jesus,
I'd say it's more like Thanksgiving.
and
And
yeah,
it's in November.
um,
Well, whatever. I'm sure.
uh,
Whatever. That's fine. So, Greg, yeah, you can count that one. Watch all the holiday Christmas episodes of The Office, and then you have to rate them next week.
Okay.
Can you handle that?
I don't know if there's that many, are there? They have one every season.
I don't think there's one every season, but in most seasons, I think there's one. So there's probably, if you count the Diwali episode, 7 or 8.
Okay. I'm not gonna do that. So.
Why not? You have to
Because
watch.
they,
You have to watch
I watch
something
it in order.
Christmas. You have to watch something Christmas. Like
I watched half of Elf, so
that's
I'm
not.
good.
You have to do more. Like you have to watch the Santa Claus or, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
I'd do that.
Okay. Well,
I'll watch anything Jim Carrey. Have you ever seen the show Kidding? That he does on, I don't know if it's on Showtime or what.
no.
Steven's checking out.
Yeah, I guess so. He'll be back. We keep getting
Well, anyway,
something.
you should.
Yeah, I love that movie. So, okay. Well, we're gonna move on. That way, we'll be on something completely different when Steven comes back. Teach him a lesson. NFL. I know we talked about it last week with Tanner, and nothing's really changed. I mean, the teams that we thought would win, would all won, and the teams that we figured would make the playoffs are all pretty much in better spots to win those playoff spots that we picked. So, I mean, I don't really know what to get into. I mean, are the Cowboys? Do you think the Cowboys? Who's going to win the East? Let's go with that, because that's pretty much the only thing up in the air.
that's a rock fight. Nobody cares
Yeah.
at this point who wins.
Who's going to win the NFC East, and then who's
They
going to
play
get
each other Sunday.
Yeah.
and then who's going to get the second wild card in the AFC? I think those are the only two positions that are left open with these last 2 weeks. So, obviously in the East, it's the Cowboys and the Eagles, and they play next week, and that'll pretty much be game set match for whoever wins that game. And in the
What
second,
about the Bills and the Patriots?
yeah, that's still up in the air.
If Bills win, then
They're already in.
Yeah, but they can win the division.
They're in the wild
okay,
card of the
okay,
division.
okay, yes.
and the number 1 seed is at stake.
Okay,
too.
yeah. So that's
Or the number
that's
2
up in the
seed.
air as well. But I mean, is it really? Do you really expect the Bills to beat the Patriots
Hey,
next week?
this year, yeah.
Have you seen the Patriots play, Ty? They're terrible. They're a terrible team.
So they're still playing
We've just played Ty.
Okay.
They've,
Okay.
I
if you're that,
understand.
And
They've
for once, I'm on
They've won
Greg's
11
side.
games, but 10 of those games were against the 10 worst teams in the NFL.
yeah.
We've beat 0 good teams.
I mean, by that record, you beat the Bills.
Well, they beat the Eagles and the Bills, yeah. Those
Well,
are
the
bad.
Eagles are not good, and the Bills. It's I think they're gonna get revenge.
It's in New England though, isn't it?
It is.
You guys need to do your picks.
Saturday night
You guys didn't
game.
do them last week, and now I'm gonna win
No, I didn't.
very handsomely.
Yeah, the Saints and the Falcons screwed me anyway.
Well, So,
Piss on them.
Okay.
And the Titans, for that matter.
but I mean, like I said, do you guys honestly believe that the Patriots, Greg, you think the Patriots are going to let it go and the Bills are going to win the division?
For the first time since
I'm not saying they will. They'll be tied if the Bills win, but we play the Dolphins next week. I'm
Are
saying
they
it's
playing week
possible,
17?
you know?
The Bills and Patriots play week 17?
No, I play this week.
Okay, well then, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know who gets the tiebreaker if the Bills win
I think it
this
goes,
game.
well, I mean, obviously it goes record, and if you split your matchup, then it goes division record, I think, or common opponent.
Oh, okay.
I think it goes division
Division record
next.
is
Yeah,
the
division
same.
record. And that's tied, which it probably will be. Because the Bills didn't lose to the Jets or Dolphins, did they?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. So then I don't know what it goes after that. After that, it gets way more confusing and hard to figure out. But I still think the Patriots are going to beat the Bills because it's the Patriots and it's the Bills. I'd be much more shocked if the Bills won. It's the Patriots, so that's what I'm just going to stick with. So, but anyway, the second wild card for the AFC is you have the Steelers and you have the Titans, who, with that loss to Houston, probably not going to win the division. I mean,
they play them next week.
they're going to. Yeah, I know, but if Houston wins this week, it doesn't matter. It's over.
Well, I know, but they can still get the wild card though. I think that.
Yeah, I know, and they're playing against the Steelers, who are the other team that's in that wild card hunt, and
I think they can beat the Steelers.
yeah, but I mean the Steelers have the head-to-head tiebreaker. They won earlier this season, so that's gonna be tough for them to get over. And they also have to play the Saints. The Titans do. So, all right. So, let's go back. Who wins this week against the Cowboys and Eagles, and then obviously wins the division? And then tell me who you think will get the second wild card, and if you think the Bills will win the East over there. So, Steven, you go first this time.
I mean, I wish I was confident in the pick to who's going to win the NFC, as Skip Bayless calls least, because I want to say
He's so original for coming up with that.
I give Skip Bayless his credit. All right. Anyway,
He's
Yeah,
not the
Ty,
first
unlike
one.
you, who
They
just
said
hates
this-
everyone,
Yeah.
unless you're.
They said the NFC least the last time this division.
I know,
was
but the
4 years ago.
hey, why don't you go eat some?
Not everything
go
has to
drink
be
some bathroom
original.
water. Anyway, so
There's nothing original anymore.
the Cowboys dominated the Rams, who had completely fallen off, and they are so good talent wise. The Eagles are just. I've never really been a big fan of Carson Wentz, nor thought that he was the guy. And I think the Cowboys are going to win. And the wild card, man, I think the Steelers. Are you talking about the second spot wild card for the AFC?
Yeah.
I think the Steelers
Yeah.
are going to get it.
Between Steelers and
I think
Titans,
the
that's
because, like you said, they play, and then the Titans finish
Yeah,
off
pretty
with
much, yeah.
New England or New Orleans. That's a tough way to finish, and I just don't see them winning those last two
it.
games.
Rams. Are the Rams going to make
No,
it?
Rams need to go back to Los Angeles.
No, I think they're too far behind now. They have to win out,
Oh,
and
so
I think
I was right on one of them not making the
Yeah.
playoffs then.
they have
Picked
completely.
them
I
and
don't,
the Saints
I don't
not
even
to make it. You guys called me crazy, but I was only half crazy.
Well, I mean,
half
Greg, let's
crazy,
be
well.
honest. For what the team they had last year and the year before, like, there's no reason. Just like the Predators, there's no reason for them to be as terrible as they are with the team that they've had the last 2-3 years that have been good.
Sure there is.
So, yeah,
Sure
how?
there is.
sometimes it's just
They lost half their offensive line. Todd
No,
Gurley is not
because
Todd
they started
Gurley
trading him
anymore.
at the.
Like,
well,
you
no,
can't
Todd Gurley
frickin-
hadn't been Todd Gurley for 2 years, but it's like they start
No,
getting
Todd
rid of
Gurley
these.
was Todd Gurley all of last year until the last 3 weeks, just in time to screw me for the frickin' fantasy playoffs.
Fantasy football sucks.
He was the best running back of the entire
Not
year
playing next year.
for like 12 weeks.
and they've been load managing him a lot early on. Like he's just been getting his normal carries and touches the last couple weeks, and they've looked good these last couple weeks though because they did beat the Seahawks convincingly last week. So you'd think that they would win or at least put up a fight against the Cowboys, and they just look silly against them. So yeah, I think they're too far behind now, and they're not going to make it.
To lose to the Cowboys like that bad, it just. I would have just said, "We're
Yeah.
done with this. We're done. We're just going to go home and take the rest of the year off. We're embarrassed."
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the
Well,
Cowboys
you can't
suck.
live in California year round and be as motivated as someone who, lives in a winter climate where they
Green
need-
Bay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Just like Florida teams, they always suck. It's because it's nice weather. They're too comfortable.
They don't want to go train and work out and practice.
Because they can
Yeah,
go.
I guess that makes
Not
sense.
much.
So you think the Steelers? Yeah, Steelers last 2 games. I think it's the Buccaneers and the Ravens, or yeah, I think it's the Buccaneers and Ravens are the last 2 games. So Greg, who do you think is going to win the NFC East and to get that last wild card?
I don't know. Eagles are at home this weekend.
Yeah, but I mean they barely beat the
But I
Redskins.
still hold on to what I think the Cowboys are, even though they aren't what they are in my head. But they could be. But I got the Cowboys.
Yeah,
The Eagles have no weapons. They have a terrible team.
yeah. I'm with
The
you. I think
defense
the Cowboys.
is getting a lot better, but
I think the Cowboys. This win was a big boost, and I think that's going to definitely carry them into it and win the game. So yeah, I think they're going to win the East too. And the other wild card there, Greg.
in the NFC, I don't know.
Well, I mean the NFC's pretty much already figured out. You know, it's going to be.
Is it? Oh,
I'm
you're
talking about the AFC, yeah.
AFC. I don't know. I'm thinking Titans.
I'd like the Titans. I'd much rather like the
I would
Titans
too.
than the Steelers.
They're a much better team than the freaking Steelers. The
Yeah.
Steelers are.
Yeah, I would like to see the Titans do it, but that's a tough end right there to play the Houston and the Saints the last 2 games. That sucks.
Well,
I mean,
like
they
I
have
said,
a 500 record. All you have to do is just not be absolutely terrible. You know.
if the Texans
many
do
bad
win
teams.
this next week, they have the division, so they may just sit a bunch of guys week 17 against the Titans. So if the Steelers lose, I mean, if they beat the Saints, which I mean is probably looking after Monday night, it's gonna be a tall order. But I mean, if they can beat the Saints, and there's a good chance, you know, if the Texans win, they can sit a bunch of players and they win that game, and then the Steelers could lose to the Ravens or even the Buccaneers. Really, with Jameson the way he's been throwing around 300-400 times, if he can only throw 1 pick or maybe 2, I mean the Buccaneers could beat the Saints. I mean the Steelers.
So the Titans play the Texans week 17.
Yes.
Is what you're saying to me?
Yes.
Then the Texans have to win both these games. If Titans win both games, then
No, if the Titans win this week,
then they
if the Titans win this week, they will be up.
one
They'll
game
be
behind,
up a game.
and then they play each other.
The Titans will be up a game. I mean, yeah, the Titans will be a game behind, but they lost both times to the Texans, so they had that tie. They don't.
I thought you said they
Well-
play each other.
Well, yeah.
next
Well, I mean,
week.
they lost the first game, but since there'll be a game back, even if they win, the tiebreakers beyond that, they would lose. Like I think they still have a worse division record. So regardless of that win
Oh.
against the Titans, you know, it would just keep them 1-1 with the matchup. But division record is next, I think, and the Texans would have that regardless.
Gotcha.
I believe I'm like 83% sure that's how it works out. So, yeah, if the Steelers win out too, then they're in. So the Titans are the one out that's going to need some help if they want to get in. So you think it's going to be, you want it to be the Titans, but you think it'll be the Steelers, Greg?
I don't think it's gonna be the Steelers.
Well, we'll see what the Ravens have to play for because they play them week 17. You know, they could have the 1 seed, you know, already locked up and not really have much to play for. So they could set a bunch of people, have Robert Griffin III go out there. But like I said, a lot of that depends on this week and how things fold out this week. But I think that it'd probably be the Steelers will end up getting the wild card and the Titans miss out again in the last second.
Based on
It's-
schedule.
Yeah, I mean, and if they beat,
Even if the Ravens, want to sit people, they would still beat the Steelers.
maybe can Robert Griffin III.
It was close. It was close earlier in the year. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. Ravens are just so much better than everyone else right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they have been looking good, but a lot of times a team that like this that cruises in the regular season looks good, they get to the playoffs and it's just something happens and they lose.
I don't see that happening to them. I really don't. Like I think John Harbaugh is good enough coach to where he has play. I think they're gonna. I think they have the best shot to win it all.
He is. He's a
Yeah.
great coach. I
He-
mean, everyone wants to talk Jim Harbaugh.
No,
like,
no, I'm a
you
John
just-
all the way.
You go have sleepovers
too.
with like 18-year-old kids and just stay out of the
He
news. But
he took what he had like with Lamar and he didn't like put him into his system. He built the system around him when he knew what he had. You know, like he adjusted. He made the team adjust so well and so efficiently around Lamar Jackson that like, you know,
It was a perfect storm.
yeah. It's I mean, got to give the guy credit where credit's due. Like he
Yeah.
coach of the year in my book.
Tell me who's gonna beat them. Tom.
Right now,
gonna beat the
the
Ravens?
49ers
I mean,
are the only team that I think can
we
do
see
it.
that all the time, though. I mean,
Yeah.
The only team I
a
think.
team that's
And if Garoppolo
we
wasn't
thought
so
that-
bad,
I know you do, but there's no good
not
teams
right now,
in the
Ty.
NFL right now.
Not right now. There's not. There really isn't. Like,
There's one team that I think is good, and that's the Ravens.
Yeah.
All the others,
and,
they're,
well,
they're
and
second
if
rate,
49
just
if the
slightly.
49ers had a better quarterback, because Garoppolo is the weakest link, and he's going to cause them not getting a Super Bowl. If they had
Yeah.
a Lamar-esque or a Deshaun Watson in that spot, oh boy, we could look at a great Super Bowl. Like, it'd be great. But you know,
But, I mean, just because we see these teams that are offensively, potent, like the Chargers have always been good and they always lose in the first round or something like that.
no,
We've seen
the
Chiefs
Chargers
do
have
it.
not been this good.
We've seen the Chiefs do it. We've seen the Vikings do it. They have really good. People think they're unbeatable and they get into the playoffs and they lose in the first round just because stuff happens.
Yeah, well, don't compare the Chargers to the Ravens
Like who?
offense. That's dumb.
I mean,
Phillip
we've seen that happen
Rivers
with the Colts.
and them
We've
have
seen that
never
happen
been-
The
with-
Chargers have nothing
Nothing
have
like
never
the
been more
Ravens.
than a mediocre team, like a
No, they had good,
solid,
great
decent
teams with
team.
LaDainian Tomlinson that went like 13-3 or 14-2.
But they have not been putting up
Yeah,
40
you're
plus
right.
points on every opposing team that they've played consistently each week like the Ravens have.
Well,
Have they? Have they?
I don't know,
Okay,
but
I
I don't
didn't think
think
so.
it's.
I don't think so. You
I
can
don't
look it up.
think I don't think it's as far apart
Chargers are
as
terrible.
you think it is.
I think.
But
I think
so we've seen
I
some
think
Colts
that your
teams.
foot injury is
We've
gone to your
seen some
head.
Colts teams that people thought were unstoppable and they were going to plow through the playoffs and they lose in the first round.
That's-
the Patriots. We thought the undefeated Patriots were going no team was good enough to beat them and
They
get
didn't
to the Super
lose,
Bowl
yeah,
and
but they
lose.
didn't lose in the first round. They got powerhouse and got
No,
lucky
that's
because
one.
Eli Manning is the bane to Tom Brady and the entire organization. He's beat them twice, and he had no reason to beat him twice. They were 9-7.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, it's
Well, they
luck.
have good
He had a
defense. They have
but
really good
it's
defense.
all luck. They had Michael. I'm just telling you, it's
Exactly. So I'm going to put my luck on Tom Brady and him playing all these teams once already. Bill Belichick.
Tom Brady isn't even
Bill
a top
Belichick
20
already has a
quarterback
way to win
this
these
year.
games because he's played them already once. He's already played the Chiefs. He's played the Ravens.
and he lost
Those
to
are
both
his
of them.
1-2
He
threat.
lost to both of them. And
Exactly.
granted, I know
I get
Exactly.
it.
When
And
was the
I
last time Bill Belichick lost to the same team twice?
that's that. I know.
If
I
they
agree with
haven't
that.
Beat a team that they lost to. When they lose to a team in the regular season, they have not played that team again in the playoffs and won since 2006. So like, we
Well,
can't pretend like it's
I don't believe that.
something
That's
that they do. And Tom Brady is like the 20th best quarterback in the league this year.
Yeah.
It's his worst season he's ever played.
Well, the Broncos
Like,
carried Peyton
they have
Manning
no
to the
Gronk.
Super Bowl.
he took him twice.
Yeah, and then they won him one on his last year when he was a hobbled nothing. He couldn't do anything. I think Tom Brady's a
Yeah,
little
one
better
of the
than
best
that.
defenses we've ever seen.
Okay, and the Patriots' defense has been almost like that too. So for what Tom is better than Peyton was that year, it makes up for what the Broncos' defense was better than the Patriots' defense this year. I'm just saying there's a shot. You say there's no team that can beat the Ravens in the playoffs. I'm giving you scenarios. And Tom Brady.
I mean, yes, you're right. Your scenarios are right. They have to be, but I just think that the Ravens are
It's a tall order.
better to deal with the adversity than what you think they're just going to walk in. We can't be beat. I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to come in and want to just beat a piss out of anybody they play just to prove a point.
Yeah, that's true. That's
No,
true.
I don't see anyone beating the Ravens. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, like I said, the 49ers are the only team I think they has a chance. And that's because they have a really good defense. But, I mean, the Chiefs might be second best favorite to be. I
Yeah.
just don't see it. And besides, Mahomes has been playing really good lately. He's actually 100% healthy. It could be a really good game. It could be a very, very high-scoring game. But,
Yeah, this week is going to be next week. We're going to have a much clearer picture on how this all pans out, what the playoff picture is going to look like. This week there's still a lot of what ifs and things that can change that. So next week we'll have dead scenarios and whatnot and be able to pick this apart a little more. So we'll go into a little bit of hockey because there was a big hockey trade. We haven't talked hockey in a while. And Taylor Hall, one of the better players in the league, being traded from the awful Devils, who at the bottom, to the contending new look Coyotes, who have somebody for the Penguins, Phil Kessel, and they've had some really good rookies that are panning out for them, and it's all come together, and they're looking to be pretty good. So I want to see what you guys think about Taylor Hall going in, and what that means to the Coyotes.
It's huge for the Coyotes. It's huge for Taylor Hall. It's like, why would you want to play for like a team like the Devils, and then it's just fucking like a waste of talent. He needed help. He got out of there. Now he's with, like you said, Phil Kessel. I think he's in good hands. I think he's a spot he wants to be, and I think he's going to perform and do. I think the Coyotes are going to be deadly.
Yeah, I think they're leading the Pacific Division. I could be wrong, or they're just like a point or two out. But that division's been a little weaker than it has been recently. So they've been one of the better teams in the Western Conference, and just getting him is going to make it even more deadly. And I think they're going to be a team to reckon with come playoff time. Greg?
Yeah, I agree. I liked him from the start. I picked him to finish second in their division in the West.
Yeah. And I think he's already had an assist when his first game out, and I think the Predators had to play them in a game or two, so I'm not really looking forward to that. I think it's in Nashville, but that doesn't really mean anything.
They don't. Predators are on a 12-game road game streak, so our road game, so they won't be back for like another 10 games.
Okay, yeah. So then it's in Arizona.
Hey, I have to get going.
Okay, Greg. Bye.
What's your? I'll get back to you on leisure. I'll find out.
Oh, we did that. We did that earlier.
Oh, okay.
We switched it up.
Sounds good. See ya.
See ya.
Never done that before.
Merry Christmas.
Bye, Greg. So yeah, they're gonna be. We'll see. I think that's definitely gonna be a gauging game for the Predators to see how they play against them. They usually don't play well against the Coyotes, much less in Arizona. When it's in Arizona, they usually play just droggy and slow, and they're a good defensive team. And now they have offensive firepower that I think could take them over the hump. And of course, those sweet retro jerseys that they have are always a good plus.
Those are nice. Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be good. Hockey's starting to get more interesting. It's getting deeper into the regular season. I'm very excited for the Winter Classic. That's when two teams play outside in an outdoor baseball field or football field, and they have a rink outside, and two pro teams play that. And this year, the Predators are doing that against the Stars, which is going to be cool to watch. I mean, I usually try to catch a glimpse of those games every year. I don't know if you do, Steven. Yeah. But like I said, they're cool to watch. They're a different perspective in it, and you can see where the rink is in relativity to the field, and it's cool that the Predators are going to be a part of that, and I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, I am too.
And the bad thing is they're playing the Stars, and they just got manhandled bad when they played them a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But regardless, it'll be a cool thing to watch. So, you got anything you want to add or whatnot?
I don't know. It's been, like I said, waiting for this weekend. It's been a pretty boring day not day, but pretty boring week for sports for me. Watched a little bit of basketball. I'm excited about Memphis and the upcoming Ja Morant. They haven't been winning very many games, but they're very close to keeping up. He's, I think, going to be the biggest name in Memphis Grizzly history.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he's come out pretty good. He got hurt a little bit.
Yeah, but I think his first year, he hadn't even played a whole year yet, and he's just every time I look at my phone, it's Ja Morant. So it's very encouraging to watch and see that. But like you said, the hockey, I'm just frustrated because of the coaching has just been parkour, and it's like they finally find somebody or finally find a team that aligns match up, and then we just pound the piss out of the Islanders, and now they switch lines up again. It's I don't know, I don't understand it.
Yeah,
but Redskins are terrible. The Volunteers had a great recruiting day yesterday. I mean, that was massive. We went from 20th, jumped to number 9 in recruiting.
Yeah, it's crazy how they were 9th nationally in recruiting, but 7th in the SEC.
Well, yeah, that's well, it's a lot of competition.
Third in their division, it's just.
I mean, we had 4 or 5.
It's hard to get any. It's hard to get anything. I mean,
especially now. Back in the day, it was you had your certain schools to get everybody, but now it's I want to be a big fish in a small pond kind of thing. I'm going to go to Appalachian State, or that kind of thing. But to get.
Well, yeah, I saw a 5-star receiver committed to Maryland over LSU.
Well, you see. And he'll probably go there and realize that it wasn't exactly what he thought it was, and then put in the transfer portal after his first year, whatever.
Well, or he could just be really good in Maryland. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I feel like there's constant trade transfers and
transfer portal. Yeah,
it's always something.
Annoying.
But like I said, they keep the in-state recruits in Tennessee. That's huge. Like.
Yeah,
we had a really good day yesterday.
What's his name is gonna
Jeremy
break
Pruitt
into that a little bit though.
Who?
What now?
Who's gonna break into that? What'd you say?
Lane Kiffin. Yeah, I think he's gonna break in a little bit into that Memphis hole that we have.
Probably. I mean, that's what you hate to say it. Lane Kiffin going to Ole Miss was massive for him.
I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Actually.
All right.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Okay.
Hopefully it was good on the other side though. But anyway, I think we're gonna call it for this episode. It was I feel like it was a good episode. If you have, let me know if you drink bathroom water or from the faucet in the bathroom. That sounds a little better than bathroom water.
Yeah, it sounds like taking from the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. If you drink water out of the faucet in your bathroom, sometimes, not all the time, let me know. You can email us at sportsandleisurepodcast@gmail.com. Like our page on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. You can comment on some posts there that we send out and like our page and whatnot. And also comment and give us 5-star review on iTunes there. That helps us out, and we'd appreciate that a whole bunch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you have a good week, and we will hopefully put out something next week. Not sure what our Christmas schedule is, but we're definitely going to try and do something. So yeah, we hope you guys tune into our next episode. Bye-bye. And leisure Heflings. And leisure sports. And leisure Heflings. And leisure sports. And leisure with Heflings and leisure sports. And leisure Heflings. And leisure sports. And leisure Heflings. And leisure. This is sports and leisure with Heflings and leisure.